I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone.
Well, I've passed my starting point, called the red route. Hold on, truck driver. I won't get it. There he goes. I've passed my starting point. So far I've had about 20 cars just honk or just give me a funny look. I don't think they're very used to having people hitchhike. It's a dying, oh, another truck. Whew. I'm out of town now, so there's a hell of a long way between where I am now and the next town. And I've only just started. Hold on, another car. And I already reckon this is pretty ambitious. We're about 20 minutes out of Horsham. I got dropped off at Stawell by the last lift we got, and walked about 2k out of Stawell, finally got a lift. So there you go, just to prove I'm actually in a vehicle. So I'm on my way to Horsham, that's the next stop. And I'll walk out of Horsham, see if I can get a lift all the way to Adelaide.
Getting dropped off is one of the hardest parts about hitchhiking, having to say goodbye to a ride because they've reached their final destination.
I'm in Horsham. I got dropped out in the middle of nowhere, as you can see by this thing. So basically the next step from here, stick the thumb up and hope for the best. Well, I made it to Nil. That's one of the major checkpoints. It's about, I've had 4 lifts. I got a lift with a truckie, so. Well, I managed to grab a lift in a big truck. It's quite interesting being so high up. We're about to cross over the Murray River. We're just a little bit out of Adelaide. What would you say, about 100k? 89k out of Adelaide. So yeah.
There are 2 facts you're going to have to get over before you get into a truck. Number 1, there's going to be a lot of swearing, and number 2, there's going to be a lot of Alan Jackson, Slim Dusty and old country western music.
Well, I'm in Adelaide at the moment, and slight change of plan. Today I'm going to head to, or tomorrow morning at about 5 o'clock, I'm heading to Brisbane in Queensland. So it's a bit of a change from the original plan to hitchhike to Perth. Turns out I missed the Western Australian fellas by a day, so I got to wait another week if I want to get to Perth. So instead, I decided I would hitchhike to Brizzy. So I got a lift planned for tomorrow, and yeah. So as you can see, there's a lot of trucks. I'm at one of the truck stops. Well, it's about 12:30 at night. This is basically my bedroom. This is the bed. I'm couch surfing at a truckies roadhouse in Wingfield in Adelaide. At the moment I'm waiting until 5 in the morning. Bloody early start for a guy like me, but 5 in the morning before I can hitch a ride to Brizzy. So fair change in direction. You know, the original plan was to head to WA Western Australia, but now I've gone the opposite way. I'm heading to Queensland, so yeah, I'm couch surfing at the Truckee Roadhouse. Alright, 6:30 in the morning, it's Thursday. A bit of a change of route. We're heading to Brisbane now. So just a little slight directional change from the original destination of Western Australia. It's now 1,889 kilometres to go till I get to Brisbane. So we're just leaving Adelaide at the moment. That's the road, there's the sunrise. A lot of road from here to Brisbane. Well, we've just stopped just outside Adelaide on the hills. That's the truck I've just come from, and that's the sort of view we're driving with. That's where we've come from, that's where we're heading. 1,889k to go to Brisbane. That's a very good shot with the sunset. Have a look at that.
Hey?
Have a look at that.
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's only me.
Attempting to hitchhike on these more remote roads can be extremely difficult, and it can be hours, if not days, before any car will pick you up.
Well, if there's one tricky thing about hitchhiking out in the outback, is that there's never any bloody cars. That's not good. As you can see, I'm in a pretty arid environment. Yeah. It seems that when you're trying to hitch a lift, there's three types of people. Number one, there's the people that will just stare at you and give you a weird funny look as if, what on earth is this guy doing out here? Number two, there's people that will look the other way and pretend you're not even there. Number three, there's the nice people that will actually pick you up. So I'm probably about 300 kilometres out of Adelaide now, and so far I've had 6 lifts to get here, 6 rides. Beaufort to Stawell, Stawell to Horsham, Horsham to Dimboola, Dimboola to Neil, and from Neil I got a 4.5-hour ride all the way down to Adelaide. Stayed in a hostel in Adelaide and well, got a lift out here. So now I'm basically in the middle of nowhere with a no lift. There's no people driving through here. That's the trouble with being in the outback. So I suppose you stick your thumb up, hope for the best. Well, it's not much of a meal, but it's nutritious. Little termites down there. So what you do is you just get a pinch of them. Yeah, there's one on my pinky. And bit my lip on the way down. Yeah, so they're not particularly nice, but got a nice tangy flavour to them. Bit gritty from the sand. Yeah.
In the wild, there are many things that resemble edible foods, such as fruit and seeds. This is a paddy melon. It is highly poisonous. However, to the dehydrated survivalist, this closely resembles a watermelon and could seem like a touch of heaven, something to easily rehydrate yourself with. However, do not be tempted. If this is digested, it can cause vomiting, nausea, and diarrhea, which in a survival situation could be fatal. This is one fruit you do not want to eat. This clip is entirely unedited. I have not touched it whatsoever. This is exactly how long it takes an experienced fire starter to light a fire using the bow drill method. Starting a fire without matches or a lighter in the wild is one of the most useful skills you can get, and it could be a lifesaver.
See that? That's what you want whenever you're creating a fire.
One of the troubles when hitchhiking is that trucks will almost never stop for you. Due to their slow stopping time, by the time they actually see you, they're almost a kilometre down the road.
We're just about to go over a really narrow bridge. Oh, jeez, that was good.
Don't have enough room to turn both trailers, mate.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're just about to cross over Victoria. We're back in Victoria now, to New South Wales. So here's the Murray River. New South Wales. Well, we're well into New South Wales now. We've just hit what's called the Hay Plain. They're not lying when they say plain. It's literally just absolutely nothing. Miles you can. You can seriously just travel for absolutely miles and not even see a single tree.
Swift and true, straight to my heart.
Few great things about travelling on the road in the country is there's some absolutely magnificent scenery and there's brilliant sunsets and sunrises.
I pour myself a brand new start. Glad to be falling.
There's always one fun thing about travelling long distances, and that is looking out for the next road sign, seeing how far you've come and how far you've got to go, and what the next town is.
4 states. We've now passed through 4 states. Well, here I am. I'm in Brisbane. I'm at a truck stop. I've been stuck here all last night, all today. Today's Saturday, and I'm most likely going to be stuck here until Monday. Can't get a lift in town, can't hitch, because you can't hitch on the freeways in Queensland, so looks like I'm going to have to try to hitch on Monday. Bloody hard work, eh? At the moment the temperature's probably about 34 degrees. It's just bloody hot. But it's all part of the adventure, eh? Brisbane.
It was late Sunday afternoon before I finally found a lift back to Melbourne. The reason why I had to turn back was I had $2 left in my pocket, and that had to last me 2,600 kilometres. Hard work. It was a hard decision to leave Queensland, but it turns out that $145 doesn't exactly last very long when you're on the road.
Currently in a truck on my way from Brisbane in Queensland to Dubbo in New South Wales. As you can see, I've lost my hat. I kind of fell asleep with my head outside the window, so somewhere near Brisbane. Well, I finally made it to Dubbo. It's about 3 o'clock at night. There's absolutely no cars or trucks. Well, there's one about to pass right now, but once he passes, there's pretty much not going to be another one for about an hour. So I'm in the industrial part of Dubbo, and pretty much this little spot here is my house, or not my house, it's just my park bench for the night until I go start bothering those blokes up there for a bloody lift out of here. Because I thought Dubbo, being a largish town, would have a roadhouse. Turns out not, so it's going to be a long night. As you can see, I found a substitute hat for my frickin' broadbeam hat that fell out of the bloody window. So overall, I would say that my hitchhiking trip around Australia, or around the southeast corner of Australia, was quite a success. I met a lot of cool people, met some strange people too. I learnt a lot about my country, Australia. Got to see a lot of the outback and the remote corners of Australia. And well, it was just an interesting experience, something different. A good adventure, you could say. So personally, I would not recommend hitchhiking, as it is dangerous and it is illegal, but I had a hell of a time and I'd definitely do it again. About the only troubles I had during the entire trip was Dubbo and Melbourne. What you didn't see from the footage is that at about 5 o'clock in the morning, when I was in Dubbo, I was followed by a very creepy white station wagon. Followed me for about an hour, before I decided to run into a local McDonald's and hide out there for a little while until I was confident enough to come back out. That was probably one of the creepiest things that happened on the entire trip. Another bad thing that happened was from about Brisbane I ran out of money. I had $2 in my pocket. $2 that was meant to last me 2,600 kilometres. All the way from Brisbane back down to Melbourne. And it did last me that long, but I got a lift from Shepparton all the way into Melbourne and got dropped off on the Tullamarine Freeway, which was good, but there's nowhere to hitchhike on the Tullamarine Freeway, and unfortunately it's illegal as well. So basically I had two choices: hitchhike or catch a train. So anyway, I got up on the concrete barrier on the side of the road, stuck my thumb up and tried to hitch a lift. Unfortunately no one picked me up because there was only about a foot left of emergency lane on either side of the road. But after about an hour on the freeway, I saw flashing lights absolutely speeding down the freeway. And I was not happy, but it turns out it was the CityLink Emergency Response Unit. It's their duty to respond to all pedestrians on the freeway. Anyway, they come charging out of the car, threw me in the back, and they thought I was trying to commit suicide. Because in their opinion, no one in their right mind tries to hitchhike off the side of a major freeway in Melbourne. So anyway, I told them I was coming from Brisbane, just trying to get back home, and they dropped me off in a little suburb of Melbourne called Moonee Ponds. And as I said, I had $2 left in my pocket, no way of hitchhiking home, so I spent that $2 on catching the tram into the train station and doing something called train hopping, which basically just means getting on the train and catching the train back home to Ballarat. And here I am now, doing my final recording of my Lone Traveller Hitchhiking Oz trip. You've been a great audience. Thanks for watching. Good night.
I walk alone.